The one thing that I am eating more of every single day is protein. I'm talking animal protein every single day. And I'm doing it on a budget. I'm actually saving money on my grocery budget and improving my health. I'm looking at about $11 a day, but you can do it for about half that cost if you shop smart. I drastically increased my protein intake. I saved money on groceries. I lost some weight and I'm sleeping better than ever. Hi everybody, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Sarah. I'm the owner of FrozenPennies.com. I'm a financial coach, and as a family we are debt-free. You may have heard in a couple other videos that this is my year. Because I turned 50, I'm hyper-focused on my health. Not only what I'm putting into my body, moving my body a little bit more, as well as getting better sleep. I have tried a couple other things and nothing really seemed to stick and nothing really seemed to work as far as way of eatings go. So I decided to give this a shot and see how it worked for me. Now, I want to preface this by saying I'm not a doctor. If you have any qualms about this or any questions about this way of eating, I highly encourage you to speak to your doctor. This way of eating may not be forever for me, but for right now, it's working well and I feel great. So I'm going to explore for you what I eat, how much I've spent, and then at the very end, I'm going to go over a little bit more personal information about what I've learned through this. I have a few health concerns. I have really bad heartburn, I have some aches and pains, and I have a really hard time sleeping. So with all of this stuff, I really wanted to try to heal my body. I have a little bit of a dairy intolerance. I have some tummy troubles that I'm trying to work out. So I decided to do an elimination diet. And the elimination diet I decided to do was basically just protein. That's pretty much all I'm doing, animal protein only. Now I know some of the people who prefer to try vegan or vegetarian or live that lifestyle probably won't agree with this, but hear me out. The hard part for me on this is I really like vegetables, but I know the minute I eat a salad, I have to run to the bathroom. It just doesn't agree with me. All of those raw vegetables just wreak havoc on my digestive system. I've tried vegan, I've tried vegetarian, I've tried paleo, low carb, South Beach, Weight Watchers. I've done them all, and nothing seems to stick like this one seems to stick. Here's what I eat: eggs, seafood, chicken, ground beef, steak, bacon, and a little bit of dairy. I do eat 3 meals a day because for me, if I'm hungry, I'm going to end up self-sabotaging. I know this about myself. So I have eggs and bacon every morning. That's about 10 o'clock in the morning. Then I have lunch about 1 o'clock, which is normally maybe leftovers or a burger patty, maybe a little bit of cottage cheese. And for dinner, I'll eat pretty much whatever the meat the family is eating that night, whether it be burgers or steak or meatloaf, salmon, fish, roasted chicken, whatever that may be is really what I'm eating. Why I did this, I really feel like this way of eating is eliminating all of the things that need to be eliminated so I can eventually start adding those back. I plan on starting back into some vegetables after 90 days. I'm giving myself 90 days to figure out what's going on with my body, try to heal my gut a little bit, figure things out, get some tests done, and then I will start gradually adding some vegetables back into my diet to see how my body reacts to them. It has been 5 weeks since I have had sugar. I cut out sugar from my diet. I had a huge problem with peanut butter. Every night I would be drawn to the peanut butter. I would crave the sweet, salty, peanutty taste of peanut butter, and I was eating it by the spoonful. That is also gone. No more cravings for peanut butter. It is work for me to remind myself why I'm doing this and why I'm staying away from sugar and how it could kill me. My mom had a heart attack 7 years ago. She's okay. My dad had a heart attack 7 years ago and passed away. So heart disease runs in my family. Now you may be thinking the studies are showing that red meat causes heart disease, and I urge you to look for the most up-to-date research on this, it might change your mind. I know this is a little controversial, I understand, but I do want to tell you what's working for me right now. So no sugar. No sugar in anything, not even artificial sweeteners. I used to drink my coffee black with stevia in it. I no longer do that. I even went as far as not using anything that smelled sweet. So hand soaps that had strawberry mango in it, for example, teas that were apple teas, anything that made my brain sensitive to a sweet substance like fruit, I stopped using for a while just to get myself weaned off of that smell that triggered sweetness that made me crave something sweet. I don't eat bread, I don't eat fruit, I don't eat any kind of grains, and I don't eat vegetables. Again, it's not forever, it's just for now. Now let's get to the part where everybody wants to know, isn't this more expensive? How can you afford it? Every frugal guru out there is telling you one of the best ways to save money on groceries is to cut back on meat. Meat is expensive. Go Meatless Monday, for example. I'm here to tell you that my grocery budget has not gone up. As a matter of fact, it has decreased $50 a month by doing this. And the reason that it's decreased is I'm not spending money on other things. I'm very, very limited on my snacks. I do not buy any snacks that I would eat. So no more Cheez-Its, no Little Debbie's, and definitely no kind of chocolate whatsoever in this house. My youngest son, who's a huge snacker, who has a job, has been informed that it is his responsibility, it is in his pocket right now to buy the snacks that he wants. I'm no longer buying them. I'm no longer buying anything that's going to tempt me from straying from the path that I'm on. My husband is eating better too. He feels better. I am still buying bread right now because my middle son has a peanut butter and jelly sandwich every single day. A lot of people have asked me, well, doesn't this get boring? I mean, are you eating the same meat every single day? I'm not bored yet. It's been 5 weeks for me and I'm not bored yet. I like it. Steaks in an air fryer are amazing. I normally spend at the grocery store about $600. This last month, I spent $550. That includes getting most of my meat from Butcher Box. I'm spending the money on the meat delivery as well as a Walmart pickup and going to other grocery stores to pick up the loss leaders sales on meat. I do prefer a more organic grass-fed meat rather than a conventional, but if the majority of my meat is coming from Butcher Box and is grass-fed, then subsidizing those with other things, with other meats, conventional meats that are on sale, makes my budget lower and makes me just feel okay about it. I'm also not spending a lot of money on fruit. Here's what would happen in my house when I bought fruit. It would sit in the refrigerator and go bad. The bananas on the counter, if I didn't eat them, because I love bananas, if I didn't eat them, nobody would eat them and they would go bad on the counter. So I stopped buying fruit. Nobody seems to miss it. I want to reflect a little bit about what I've learned and what I've accomplished during these 5 weeks. I've lost almost 12 pounds. I sleep so much better and wake up feeling well rested. My body doesn't hurt anymore. My back doesn't hurt. My shoulders don't ache. I'm in a better mood overall. Now, this is something that kind of went a little south. About 3 weeks in, I found that I was getting super grumpy. And so I decided to just increase my fat just a little bit more. So a little more butter with my meals helped that a lot. It elevated my mood. And by eliminating sugar, I learned a whole bunch of things. First, I learned that I don't like coffee. I know this sounds crazy. It's almost part of my identity. I'm the woman who loves to drink coffee and read books on a rainy afternoon. That's who I am. But I learned that I don't love coffee. What I loved about coffee was the pick-me-up that it gave me and the sweetness of the stevia that I put in the coffee. That's what I love, the sweetness. So now that I've taken away the sweetness, the coffee itself is bitter and kind of icky. So I stopped drinking it. Now I'm drinking more tea because I like the taste of tea even without the sweetener, and much, much more water. I don't snack. I have completely stopped snacking. For me, snacking was an emotional response. So what I've learned is that I have to truly figure out why I feel the need to snack and then address the reason instead of trying to cover it up with snacks. Doing this has also allowed me to decrease my grocery budget because I'm not buying those snacks that I love so much. I am buying snacks for my husband and my boys, just a little bit, not a lot, things that I don't eat. But for me, I'm not eating them. I'm not going to the refrigerator all the time for something. I don't have the desire to eat the snack stuff. If I do have a desire for something sweet, I can stop, reevaluate why I'm doing this and why I'm feeling this and why I'm craving this, and decide on something else, or a glass of water, or a cup of tea. Will I ever go back to eating breads and simple carbs and sugars? I don't think I will. And the reason I won't is because, first of all, I hate the idea that a substance like that has so much control over me. That really just bugs me. It rubs me the wrong way. But I know myself, and I know that the minute I have one bite of birthday cake at a birthday party, it is going to be a downward spiral from there. I cannot control the amount of sugar that I eat if I'm just doing things in moderation. Moderation in sugar and carbs do not work for me. I understand that, so I don't ever plan on going back. The biggest lesson that I hope to share with you today is that you can eat more protein and eat more meat and still save money. Find your best sources. Go for those loss leaders. Cut back on the other things that you don't need. You don't need chips. They don't serve any purpose for you. They don't give you any nutritional value. You don't need cookies. But you can do this type of eating on a budget. Ground beef is a little bit cheaper. Full-fat ground turkey is even cheaper. There are ways to do this. You don't have to have ribeyes and shrimp every night for dinner, but you can add more protein and make you feel a little bit better. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I truly appreciate you, and have a great day. Bye-bye.